Adam C and welcome to the Goodwood Festival of Speed, and this video is brought to you by carhuddle.com. Now today I am dressed like a bit of a you-know-what, and the reason I've got that is because these sleeves can go longer, and track day rules for going on tracks mean you need long sleeves, so I'm in jeans as well on this scorcher of a day. So what that basically means is I'm going to have a passenger ride in a car up the Goodwood hill climb. Now some of you may know that I was in this very pitch here last year about to go up the hill in a Ferrari 488, and it was the best experience of my life. It was unbelievable experiencing the infamous Goodwood hill climb, somewhere I've been for years of my life, and this year is a little bit different. This year Alfa Romeo have invited me to experience that very car that has just driven by, the Alfa Romeo Stelvio Quadrifoglio. Now you may think it's not quite the same as a Ferrari, but as you'll see, there are tons of Ferrari-inspired elements in the Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo is part of the FCA group, which Ferrari used to be a member of. They have brought some of the ex-Ferrari engineers in to engineer the car, and as you will see, it is basically a Ferrari on the road, like SUV. And oh, there's a burnout. There you go. So I am just approaching the manufacturer section, so we've got all of the manufacturers that are taking part at Goodwood today, and behind me is the Stelvio Quadrifoglio that I will be hopping in. Obviously you may have noticed there are a few McLarens next to it, including my favourite car of all time, but no, I'm going to have to distract myself from this to have a look at the Stelvio. So obviously this is the sporty Stelvio, the Quadrifoglio, the track version if you like. This has the £5.5 option of carbon ceramic brakes. So it's a bizarre concept, a SUV that's been made to go around tracks, but there you go, it's been dubbed as the world's fastest SUV. It's the fastest SUV to go around the Nürburgring, and it's got 510 horsepower. 0 to 60 is 3.8 seconds. Again, it's just bizarre to think that this car has the same performance as a Ferrari back in not that long ago. So if you open up to the passenger cockpit, which is where I will be sitting, you can see the lovely Alcantara seats with the carbon fibre option. These carbon fibre seats, probably more bizarre to look at them from the rear, because when do you see carbon fibre seats from behind? You rarely see that, so that's a £5 option to have the carbon fibre seats. I like the little details of the Alfa Romeo clover on the badge there. I'm hopping in, not on the driver's side for now, but lots of carbon fibre around it. Lovely long paddles for the paddle shift, for the 8-speed transmission. But actually these do comfort me quite well. The nice Alcantara seats, very comfortable, which it kind of has to be because it is, you remember, an SUV as well as being sporty. It feels pretty high up, but not too high. It doesn't feel like a big off-roader, but you kind of know what kind of car it is. So I'm really excited to see what it's going to be like driving up the hill and experiencing its power, because right now I feel like I'm sat in just kind of any kind of SUV, just with lots and lots of carbon fibre everywhere. It's ridiculous how much carbon is there, all the weight saving from the standard Stelvio. But this is the UK debut of the right-hand drive Stelvio Quadrifoglio. This is its debut at the Goodwood Festival of Speed today, so I'm glad to be part of it. So I think we're just waiting to go on track. The Ferraris and Citroens are just going out. I might wait for the McLaren F1 GTR to start, because that will be special, and also to hear the V6 from this car as well, because apparently it's not quiet.
Just get race mode in there, she is, that's what we're after.
It's not quiet.
It's not, is it? Great sounding car, I've got to be honest. It sounded even better in person.
Yeah, apparently it's rear-wheel drive in race mode as well.
Actually, it's 100% rear-wheel drive,
yeah,
but it will take power up to 50% to the front.
Right, yeah.
Up to 50% to the front when you get rear-wheel slip.
Yeah.
So the trick's been trying to get it to do a rolling burnout off the line, because of course the front wheels want to come in and help.
Yeah.
Because it's a big car, when the weight goes to the rear, squats down there, it struggles to keep the wheels turning. But we'll give it another go.
We'll give it a try.
Why not?
Right, so we're about to go out on track. I've got GoPros front and rear, well, one facing me, one facing ahead, and I'm going to enjoy the experience. What is that? Some kind of, oh, it's ahead. There's a burnout going on. I don't think we'll be able to do a burnout, but I'm going to put this camera away because I'm going to be shouted at.
Right, let's make sure we're in mode here. Sat nav on.
Race mode.
Race mode. honestly. Let's see what we can do.
Oh, those carbon spokes. Remember, it's derived from a Giulia. It is a Giulia, higher roof, a bit more development, and what have you. It's a quick car. It's a quick car. We've got a nice little slide on as well, which I wasn't expecting. Yeah.
Because it's in the dry, it's got so much grip, which is great. That's what you want, obviously.
Yeah.
But that little bit of rain, actually, we've done all right. Where are we going over here? Apparently.
Off-roading.
Where it belongs.
There's the Stelvio burbling away nicely. But yeah, that was extreme fun going up the hill in something like that. It did not feel like I was in an SUV going sideways around the corners. And yeah, we caught up with some Lotus who was going slowly. And even when he floored at the end, we were not even using full throttle. So this is much faster than something like that. So that was the surprise of the day, I think. But now we're just kind of at the top of the hill. Everyone's catching all the cars coming up. It's a bit slippery, so the clouds have been doing some slides around there, so that's all good spirits because it's just been raining and it's warm, so it's really slippery conditions. What else we got? We got some Maseratis, we got some Fords, BMW, Ferrari here. These are all the manufacturer cars, so there's lots of Civics, lots of variety.
Oh!
I caught some of that.
Lad, what lad?
Oh, everyone back to the cars. Casual lawnmower.
Sounds like gunfire.
It does. So that was my experience up the hill in the Quadrifoglio, and I must say something I noticed is if I put this camera down, which I did towards the end of the run down, the stomach in your mouth feeling is a lot different, because when I'm filming with a camera it's like viewing it through a screen, but when I'm not filming I got so much stomach in your mouth. I've never experienced from a car in that way, probably because I'm always filming, so I got to experience my own reaction to the speed of the Stelvio Quadrifoglio. And you can't really imagine how quick it is compared to all these Ferraris and the Lotuses. The Lotus we caught up with, it was yeah, it was unbelievable. And going up that infamous Goodwood Hill that I've come for 10 to 20 years of my life, probably close to 20 years of my life, yeah, it was amazing. But I think we're just gonna go have a look around the rest of Goodwood and I'll catch up with you in a bit. So deeper inside Goodwood we have the main Alfa Romeo stand, which I think looks rather smart. And they've got another example of the Stelvio Quadrifoglio in black here, which looks nice. Next to that we've got a Giulietta tucked around the corner. It's an interesting blue with some red trim line over there. It's the Stelvio. Let's have a look at the back because we didn't get much of a look earlier. So here are the carbon seats. Quite a nice place to be. 3 seats in the back. The boot, rather sizable boot as well. And here we have the Giulia Quadrifoglio on which the Stelvio is based. It's basically a jacked up version of the Giulia. And over here in the main paddock, here are a couple of cars that Alfa Romeo's Heritage division have brought along. So we've got the 1750 GTAM car, and over here there is a 1900 SS, which looks very cute, both in the classic Alfa Romeo red livery, nice roundels on the side. And what's slightly annoying is, if I had a race license, I could have been driving these cars up the hill. So I think my plan for next year is to have a race license by then. So if you know anyone who can help me out with that, that'd be great. I'd like to get my race license. I've been really interested in getting something like that for a matter of years. So if I had a race license, I would be driving one of these two cars up the hill. That really puts into perspective, so that's a shame, but that would have sounded amazing from the side pipes there. Obviously under the bonnet, probably classic 4-cylinder engine, twin Webers. Not sure what this would have, probably very similar but earlier versions. This is a 54 car, this is a 1970 car, so quite a few years in between the two. Obviously they're both together as classics, but they're actually very different cars from each other. But yeah, those are the heritage cars that Alfa Romeo have brought down to Goodwood today. But I think I'm going to go home now. My car is somewhere in this car park. But regardless of that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram for a weekly list of all the car shows such as this one today, and a huge thanks to Alfa Romeo UK for giving me that experience up the Goodwood hill climb in the Stelvio Quadrifoglio. But for now, thanks for watching.